Lots of paint apps on these. Very impressive. I do see a tiny bit of brown paint right above the belt buckle on this one that came with the Ghost, whereas the one with the A-Wing does not have that. Let's turn that thing on. Oh yeah. Here you go, guys. There is the A-Wing, the Ghost crew, and the Phantom Shuttle all together. What a nice set.
I am your father.
Hey everybody, it's David from Red Wagon Dioramas. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do an awesome unboxing video. I've got 3 brand new Star Wars vehicles to unbox from the Micro Galaxy Squadron line. First of all, I've got the Ghost. Check it out. This thing is massive. Number 2, I've got the Phantom Shuttle that goes with the Ghost. I got this about 10 days ago at Target as well. Another awesome find. So I've been holding this one, really excited to see how this goes together with the Ghost. And third, this is a real treat, I've got Hera's X-Wing. This is one of the rare ships that came out in Series 2. If you watched my video 2 months ago, you know that I got this at a yard sale for $5. It does have some damage to the corner of the card here, that's how I got it. So I think it makes sense to open it up and enjoy it with the Ghost. So I'm gonna get all 3 of these ships open, all the figures. We're gonna take a look at everything and have some fun. Please hit the like button for me if you enjoy this video. If you're new, please consider subscribing. And I do have memberships coming online as well. So check those out if you'd like to support me in that way. All right, guys, I don't know how long this is gonna take me to unbox 3 ships and review them. I'll try to be quick and concise, but I'm actually really excited to see how these go together and to see all the features on the Ghost. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, let's take a look at the packaging first. Here you've got the front of the package. It's got a nice big clear window on it so you can see the whole ship. You got the figures down here in the bottom corner. You've got Zeb, Kannan, Sabine, and Hera. It says Series 3, though they are releasing Series 6 right now as this comes out. On the bottom right corner of the box, it says number 0131, and it's just labeled Ghost. It says 18 plus action figures. I actually thought this meant for ages 18 and up. I was kind of excited what they packed in the box. Got some nice artwork here on the right side of the box. Battling some TIE fighters. You got a Star Destroyer up there in the top. On the back, you have illustrations of the different features for the toy. You see how the roof comes off, so you've got all the compartments, the living quarters, the cockpit, the common area, all that. Got some images of Zeb going into one of the turrets, the lights and sounds over here. Here you've got an image of how the Phantom Shuttle docks in the back. Images here of a Y-wing attaching to the ports at the side wings. Here, just the main cockpit opening up and the entrance ramp below the cockpit. Some cool little blueprint diagrams here in airbrush. That's pretty cool. Looks like this is a collectible card you could cut out. I don't know, do all the vehicles have that? Oh, I guess they do. I didn't realize that. So some of these features, it says authentic lights and sounds. It's got light up gun turret viewport, a light up cockpit viewport, authentic startup sound effects, cannon firing sound effects, swiveling gun turrets, starfighter attachment on each side, Phantom attachment on back, removable panel with fully detailed interior, removable hatch, reveals engine room, front ramp flips down, includes 4 micro figure accessories, cockpit sits up to 6 figure accessories, so that'd be Ezra and Chopper. The crew quarters sleeps up to 8 micro figures accessories, common room seats up to 4 micro figure accessories, authentic scale and detailing. It says additional microfigure accessories and vehicles sold separately and subject to availability. Ain't that right? Some of these ships have been really hard to find, haven't they, guys? And then the other side, you just have another image of lights and sounds, motion activated lights and sounds, lights on the engines in the back. So that's a quick look at the packaging. Let's get this thing opened. I'm excited. All right, guys, so I cut the tape 4 places here on the bottom panel so I can save the box pretty nicely. Look at that. There's the instruction manual right there on the bottom of the package. Oh, this is nice. Some decent instructions for a change. Good. I'll take a look at this later when I get into it. All right, here we go. There is a nice backdrop in here of the Phantom and the TIE fighters, a planet in the background, and that all comes out. It's pretty nice. Might leave it back there for this review. All right, and here's the Ghost in its plastic prison. It does have some tabs holding it in, so I'm gonna cut those and then pop it out of here. Just using some sharp scissors here to cut these bands. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 bands that I just cut. All right, it is free. There it is, first look. This is cool. I'm gonna set the ship here for a second. I'm gonna take a look at the micro figures. We got Zeb, Kannan, Sabine, and Hera. A little blueprint image on the back there. Don't you guys like how they put these guys in bubbles like this? It's kind of fun, like opening mini carded figures. First impressions are nicely painted. Man, there's like little silver highlights here, lots of paint apps on these. Very impressive. I'll take a closer look here in a few minutes. You've actually got quite a few colors on here as I'm looking at it. You've got this aqua blue, the yellow, the green, the dark gray, the standard light gray, the orange, kind of this creamy-ish, slightly darker gray paneling there. You got the engines are molded in a darker plastic, and even some almost black colors there on the buttons. The canopies for the cockpits, the top turret and the front, have a nice green tint to them. Got the same variety of coloration here on the bottom. You know, everything has a pretty heavy black wash to bring out all the panel lines and the details in the sculpt. And my initial impression is the black wash is a little heavy, like some of the panel lines are a little too pronounced for my liking. So that's one comment I'd have, is like it could have gone a little bit lighter on some of the panel lining and the washes. All right, let's put some batteries in this big boy. You guys do need a Phillips screwdriver here just to get this compartment open. I should add, guys, that I am a big fan of the show Rebels. I watched all of them on DVD, actually, because I didn't have the cable channel when they came out live. So I would buy the season DVDs each season they came out and watched them at home later. And I love the show, just good characters, good stories. Really fell in love with the show during a time when there wasn't much Star Wars out there. I highly recommend watching Rebels if you guys missed it. Batteries are in. Here, let's see what happens. Oh, I've got the engines lit up. Look at that. That looks nice. They've got a little flickering effect there to the LEDs. Bang to the left. Bang to the right. Oh, I heard some cannon shots there. Oh, that's the guns. All right, that's cool. So I am going to consult our manual here momentarily. You push button 1 to activate the firing light and sound effects for the top and front turrets. Okay. Button 2, it says to activate the cockpit lights, landing gear drop down, and airlock sounds. And then if you push both of them together, you get engine lights and hyperdrive sounds. Tip the nose up, tilt the nose down, side to side. Shields, alarm, and explosion sounds if you do it rapid shake back and forth. Let's try that. So button 1, you get the red lights, both the front cannons and the top cannon. Button 2, you get the canopy lights. Now if I push both of them together, it's supposed to do what, hyperdrive? That's supposed to be the hyperdrive sound, I guess. Okay, shake it randomly to play deflector shields, alarm, and explosion sounds. All right, guys, so in summary, the sounds are nice. They're nice sound effects. They're a little awkward to trigger what you want when you want it, as far as the accelerometer goes. The 2 buttons are nice as far as the lights and the cannon firing, but I haven't been able to trigger like the alarm sounds or the shield warning or anything like that, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong yet. I might figure it out later. How do I turn it off? That's my question. Oh, there it is, sleep mode. If the buttons are not pressed after 30 seconds of inactivity, then sleep mode will be activated. Let's take a look at some of the play features here. What do we got first? We got the turret here. I think this is sized for Zeb, I believe. He's often the one firing the cannon in the show. All right, so this is my first time removing the top here. Look at that. All blackwashed on the ceiling too. That's a nice feature. Didn't expect that. And here you get a good look at the interior. But you've got living quarters for the 4 main crew. And you've got kind of this common area here. These doors here in the central corridor are sculpted shut. These ones are sculpted open. Same thing, the door to the cockpit is sculpted shut. It took a little bit of effort to loosen it for the first time, but here's the front cockpit. It does have a detent there, so it stays open. That's nice. And you get a view of your seating there. You get the 4 main seats. You get a peg for chopper. Front turret does swivel there. And in the back, you have the common area. You've got the Dejeric table. You've got some kind of a lounging seat there. Another computer terminal. And then some more doors that would go back, you know, presumably to the engine room. But look at all that play space there, huh? You got lots of real estate there for setting up figures and just having fun. I mean, as a toy, this thing is pretty cool. I'm sure my kids would enjoy playing with this if I ever let them touch it. According to the instructions, the living quarters are Zeb and Hera, and then Sabine and Kannan. I can't remember, what did Ezra live in, like the engine room or something? I forget. He wasn't part of the original crew when the show started. Now there are stickers applied to the walls in here. They seem to be well applied as far as straight and everything. Okay, there is another compartment here. It says secret entrance to the engine room is what it says on the instructions, but there's a peg down there for Chopper, and maybe that's where Ezra hangs out, I don't know. Really the only paint on the inside is the black wash, and then they did the stickers. I do kind of wish there was a decal or something on the Dejeric table, or some paint or something. Now the other play feature here, which I'll get to in a minute, are these just pop out. Yeah, so it just comes out. They're just friction fit in there. There is a little slot with a peg, so you can basically spin this around 180, and then you can dock another ship to it. I'll do that in a little bit with the with Hera's A-wing. And you have two of those, obviously. All right, on the underside here, guys, we have some landing gear that pops out. I always get nervous with these, with the Jazzwares. They use such hard plastic. I feel like I'm gonna snap something. That landing gear does not want to go. I blew some hot air on there to warm it up, and I used a flathead screwdriver to kind of push down on these two tabs here, and that got it to move past the edge of the plastic and open up. Seems to be working fine now, once I got it loosened up a little bit. I forgot the front hatch. Let's take a look at that. There's a view at the front door, the ramp. No black wash in there though, nice plain plastic. I want to take a look at those lights again. Oh, there it is, it's under the central console. Yep, there we go. Gun turret light, gun turret light. It says if I hold this down, it shoots rapidly. All right, same thing with the turret. I just kind of had to work it a little bit. Now it's spinning more freely. So you're getting that 360 degree motion like they said. So now my turret is spinning freely. My landing gear is working. I think I've got the ship broken in a little bit here. All right, I'm gonna set the Ghost aside and take a look at the Phantom next. All right, guys, so let's take a look at the Phantom. First of all, it does say Phantom Shuttle here on the bottom, and it is number 0124. We can get the light there, 0124 in the line. On the back, you get a little diagram how the wings fold down. You get to see how Chopper pegs in and how it docks with the Ghost. This is part of Series 6. Series 6 comes with Bo-Katan, and I forget that other Mando ship, and then some of the chase figures, the X-Wing. I'd love to get that retro X-Wing, but I haven't seen that anywhere yet. If anyone gets an extra one of those, hook me up. And of course, for minifigures, you get Ezra, Bridger, and C-110P Chopper. There's a look at Ezra and Chopper. I'll take a look at these guys when I look at the other micro figures here at the end. All right, so here's a look at the Phantom Shuttle. Very simple ship, very compact. Does its job, right? It's just a little kind of a drop ship for the Ghost. You've got a slot here with a peg for Chopper to go in there to run that top cannon. You've got a canopy that opens here for Ezra or another pilot to sit inside. It clicks down. You've got the two large cannons on the front. And you have the wings that open up. These have kind of a double hinge mechanism, how these things open. They do open at kind of an angle like that when it flies in the show. So I think it's close to that. As far as paint, you have some detail here. You've got the yellow paint here that matches the color on the Ghost pretty well. You got that red decal there on the front, right in the cockpit as well. You have some parts that are molded in silver, and you've got some silver and gray paint. One thing I notice is that there does appear to be a slight gray wash on here, but not very heavy, and certainly nothing like the wash on the Ghost. I mean, look at the difference there between these two. It would have been nice if there was some more uniformity between the, the Phantom Shuttle and the Ghost. Either do a heavier wash on this or a lighter wash on the other one. That'd be my one criticism of the set right now. That's interesting. So we've got 6 pegs on the bottom here. You see those 6? Got 8 holes here. So does that mean it can dock both ways? I don't think so. Oh, it just clicks into place. That was smooth. That was my first time doing it, guys, and it was very easy. Went right in and pops right out. See these two clips right here? Those grab the bottom of the shuttle and these tabs right here. And the pegs line it up. So nice job on the plastic there. It's not too rigid, not too flimsy. Feels nice and secure. It doesn't rattle around at all. It's cool. Looks nice. Let's turn that thing on. Oh yeah. I'm gonna set that aside and let's look at Hera's A-Wing. All right, Hera's A-Wing here, rare ship, hard to find. Didn't get good distribution in the US as of yet. I've heard some people finding it in Ross now for $5. But if you buy this online, you're gonna spend, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 bucks depending on the seller. This is Series 2, number 0035, Hera Syndulla's A-Wing. Now this is the same sculpt as the regular A-Wing, it's just the coloration's different. And obviously you get Hera the microfigure with it. On the back of Series 2, you see that the you had Yoda's fighter, you had the battle damaged TIE, and then the impossible to find Sabine's TIE fighter with Sabine's paint job there. Again, showing up in Ross now for some reason in the States for $5. For people who did find that on the shelf, they were able to sell it for like $300 because of the scarcity of it. All right, I'm gonna open this one up. There's a look at Hera. I do see a tiny bit of brown paint right above the belt buckle on this one that came with the Ghost, whereas the one with the A-Wing does not have that. All right, here's a good look at Hera's A-Wing. Nice clean lines. You do have one landing gear that clicks down there. Lines up with the fins on the engines. Now, for those curious, I do have the regular release A-Wing here on the top. This is the one that comes with the green A-Wing pilot. You can see the difference in the paint scheme. Hera's has the white and the gray on the wings and the red stripes here. Same exact sculpt, just different paint schemes. Also, the cockpit is kind of a green shade on Hera's A-Wing. And the rim of the cockpit there has paint on it, whereas the regular release does not. There she is. All right, let's see how this A-Wing attaches. I honestly don't know how this works. How does it go on? All right, guys, so this does not really work like I thought. Basically, all you can do, guys, is put the landing gear kind of between there, and it kind of balances there. Pretty awkward. It's going to fall off. So I'm a little disappointed there. I thought this was a built-in mechanism that was a bit more sturdy than that. The other ships that have droid ports in them are going to fit, nice and solid. All right, I do have an X-Wing here, which I can try out. I can show you how that works. This is Luke's X-Wing, and you got that nice peg there where R2-D2 goes. So that's the intent here, is that it goes right on there, pegs right in, docks like that. That's pretty cool. There's a little bit of wiggle here. It's a little more wobbly than I expected. I thought it would be tighter, but that's how it works. All right, guys, so I'm just laying out some of the other ships I have from this Micro Galaxy Squadron line. You can see the Ghost there with the Phantom above it. Top right, I've got the Trooper Transport, then the Imperial Shuttle, an awesome ship. Hera's A-Wing there in the middle, the Falcon. Got the B-Wing down here. Got the U-Wing from Rogue One. That's a pretty cool ship too. And then Luke's X-Wing and a TIE Interceptor. I do have the AT-AT as well, and some other ships that I have boxed up, but I haven't opened them up yet. But for now, this is kind of a look at my loose collection. Now, the only ones that have lights and sounds are the Falcon and the Ghost. I'm just going to compare those for a second. Here's the Ghost. Here's the Falcon. I'd say the Falcon's a little bit louder. Yeah, the Falcon has a louder speaker on it compared to the Ghost. But I mean, honestly, it's really loud. So I don't think the volume is an issue on the Ghost at all. It's a pretty cool toy line. I like it a lot. Nose to tail, you're right about 15 inches, just shy of 15 inches. And on the width, you're looking at about 11 inches wide. Compared to the Falcon, which is about 10 inches long, by about 7.5 inches wide. All right, guys, here's a closer look at the micro figures that we get with these two vehicles. Of course, you get the first four figures with the Ghost, and then you get Ezra and Chopper with the Phantom. Look at all the colors on this guy. He's got his basic, you know, kind of browns on his chest, his tunic, and then his pants have that yellow and orange, plus the 2 shades of green for the armor and his knee pads. He's got 2 different colors, green on the gauntlets there and his gloves. His face is nicely painted. I'm really impressed with the paint deco on these figures. For small little 1-inch tall figures, it's really good. All right, here's a closer look at Kannan. Look at that, they even painted his goatee. Looks really good. Straight out of the show. Look at that, even the insignia on his pauldron there, on his shoulder pad. That is awesome. You can see his little ponytail there. His lightsaber on his belt in the back. Really well done. This is a great version of Kannan Jarrus. Here's a closer look at Hera. This is the Hera from the Ghost. You can see that she has that little dark colored rectangle right above her belt, and that is not present on the figure from the A-Wing. So look at the back. Here's Sabine with her helmet on. She's got the brown pants, the orange pauldron, a lot of that cranberry maroon colored red, some silver bits here and there. I was actually hoping for a little more purple on her. I don't know, maybe that's because they did all the purple on Zeb. There's a look at the back of Sabine. It'd be kind of cool to see some more like blues or pinks, but it does the job. All right, here's a look at Ezra. It looks like he's got a little bit of a paint error or something right there on his hair, right above his head. But apart from that, he's got his orange jumpsuit, the browns and yellows, the green gloves, the white padding on his leg. He does have his holster there. He's got his lightsaber, blaster, pistol. I don't even know what you call that thing, but he's got his weapon there on the side. He's got the cool insignia on the back of his jacket. And here's a look at Chopper. He's got some decent paint deco there. The orange and the yellow is definitely there. He's got a little bit of blue, some silver bits here and there. You know it's Chopper when you look at him. How cool would it have been if they'd give him 2 little like arm accessories that you could pop on or off? That'd be pretty neat. All right, guys, because I made a note of it, I wanted to point out the differences between the 2 Hera figures here. The figure that came with the A-Wing is on the right. The figure that came with the Ghost is on the left. And you can see that little brown patch above the belt is different. Looks like the paint's a little broader there on the like the neck area. There's a little more white there. The one on the right is from the A-Wing. The one on the left is from the Ghost. They look pretty identical from the back. So there's a look at them all in the cockpit. That was actually pretty easy to get them in, even with my fat fingers. This probably doesn't show well in video, but they are visible through the cockpit there. You can see the figures in there. When I was messing with the Phantom, I forgot to try this back panel, and that comes right off. So you can have other characters inside the back of the Phantom here. Looks like one guy standing up. Got a peg for Chopper. So there is some detail inside the cargo area there of the shuttle. Pretty nice. I think the idea here at that peg is that you can kind of have somebody in there like that. And Chopper can go on that peg, or any of the other droids that you get. Not bad. Very cool little ship. These toys have a lot of playability with them because everything opens up. It's just great to be able to put guys inside things like this. Chopper does peg down in there just fine. Looks really nice. There's him and Ezra going on a mission. Word of caution, guys, I just pulled Chopper out of here and he was really hard to get out. So if you push him down hard, it's difficult to get a grip on him to pull him out. So just be careful with that. All right, according to the instructions, Kannan's over here and Hera's over here. All right, guys, here's a view of the lounge area. I've put the figures back here. Zeb kind of fits the best in that big chair there. And I put Sabine over the terminal, Hera at the table, Kannan milling around, and then the troublemakers down here underneath in the secret engine room access point. Ezra and Chopper hanging out down there. And here's a look at Zeb inside the top gunner turret. And you can see his ugly mug in there shooting down TIE fighters. And here's a classic shot of them in front of the entrance ramp to the ship. It took me like almost 10 minutes just to get all these guys to stand up because it's so hard to balance them when they're so small. But you get a good shot of them in front of their ship. They look really good. Here we go, guys. There is the A-Wing, the Ghost Crew, and the Phantom 1 Shuttle all together. What a nice set. All right, guys, so that's my review of the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels by Jazzwares. What an awesome ship. It's a great piece to the Micro Galaxy Squadron collection. It does retail for $60 here in the US. I didn't mention that earlier. And the Phantom is another $15. So all in, you're $75, which is a lot for a ship like this. But if you're a fan of Rebels and of Star Wars ships in general, I think you'll really enjoy this one. There's a lot of playability here with it, and a lot of creativity with the inside design and everything you can do with the figures and everything. Now, Amazon sells a combo pack where you get the Ghost, the Phantom Shuttle, and 2 Y-Wings. I think it's marked up a little bit because it's an exclusive, but you can get all these ships in one package if you want. My only criticism of this piece is I'm not a fan of the really heavy black wash that's over the whole thing. I wish it was a little bit more subtle. If they thought it through a little bit better, I think they'd have the same type of wash on both ships, and they would look better together. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there. Let me know in the comments what you think of this ship. Are you going to be picking this up? Are you going to get this combination here? Are you going to get like the big package from Amazon with the Y-Wings? Do you think the value's there for the price? You know, do you think this is worth it? All right, guys, so thanks for watching. Hit the like button for me. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one. May the Force be with you.